Hello, my fellow Voice of the Rings members and all you LOTRO and Lord of the Rings Tolkien fans out there. Alright, for today I'm very excited to announce a very new playlist that I'm going to add to the channel called a LOTRO LoreMaster. Alright, you ask me, what is this about? What do you mean a LOTRO LoreMaster? Well, for one, the reason I got the name was for all purposes considered, a LoreMaster is the class in the Lord of the Rings Online. I didn't want to just call it a LOTRO lore because it seemed a little... didn't quite fit the theme, right? And the reason I'm saying LOTRO is that I'm going to fit it more into the Lord of the Rings Online MMO video game. But I want to make it very clear that this playlist is going to be about all sorts of lore. So, for example, what is the playlist about? The main thing will be, I will either take a subject out of my head of knowledge I know, right? I will just do a subject on something that I want to do. I will incorporate it into the game. I have a character. You will meet Grandal. He's my lore master in the game, so he'll probably be the character you'll see on the screen while we're talking about things or doing things, right? But it shall be things, lots of different things. So, and there will all be subjects that you can leave comments on, subjects you want me to cover. About, you know, actual things that I will in-depth search. And as you can see over here, I have many a book on the Lord of the Rings. Many books, so I can do my studying as well. I have a lot of knowledge in here about Tolkien stuff, but again, I want to be accurate with this playlist. I want to actually, sometimes it'll be a video that'll just be out of my head, and it'll just be kind of like a talking fun, just like, here's what I think about something with lore, or something with comparisons. With, let's say, Peter Jackson's adaptations of The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings. Or we adapt a video game compared to Tolkien's actual lore and what he wrote, right? In his books. And we might even talk about upcoming things in the future, like maybe the Amazon series, the Amazon Prime series, or how they adapt things, you know, their lore versus other lore things, or different subjects, like the whole old subjects of like, you know, orcs and goblins. Are they the same creature or are they different? Tolkien kind of leaves a little vague there, but I think he does it on purpose. But it's very fun things. A lot of these things are covered by a lot of other channels that already do lore, which is something that I'm trying to think exactly how I want to do it. Because shout out to some of my favorites. Like I really love watching Nerd of the Rings. His channel's fantastic. You should check his channel out. And Men of the West. We're also a great lore channel. They're fantastic, right? They're awesome. But I really would like to have something on this channel where I do a little bit more about lore. Because as you know, I mention things in lore while we're playing LOTRO all the time. So we're going to do it from a more LOTRO perspective in the Lord of the Rings Online video game. So we'll go over certain subjects and certain fun things occasionally. I won't put a ton on this playlist. Again, we'll focus on our main things, voiceovers, and I'm your host and guide, Dylan Ironsheld. But as you can see, all these books back here, I do love the lore. I love the channels of some of my friends that I know that have their own lore channels on YouTube. They're fantastic. But Tolkien's world is so vast that I thought I would like to do a couple little things here and there that aren't just little mentions inside our other videos that are voiceovers and story videos, right? I want to do some things like where we talk about something, right? You guys can give comments, and maybe we can even do live things in the future. Wouldn't that be the best and the most fun? I think it would be fantastic. Yes, indeed. So anyway, and also, you know, I already mentioned that video games, right? Lore, we could talk about different things with the video games, right? So we have many exciting ideas, my friends. That is my goal for this new playlist. I hope that you will join me in this wonderful new adventure we're having here. And again, I don't want to stretch myself on the channel. I want to focus on what I originally had on the channel, but at the same time, I don't want to constrain myself. I want to be able to have fun and do things with you guys. I have fan lore even that we could even go over. So this channel will consist of things from LOTRO, video game lore. It'll consist of actual Tolkien lore with I've got all these compendiums and all the things, actual subjects. We could talk about Tolkien things, right? You have ideas, leave them in the comments. It'll talk about video game lore. You know, it'll talk about the new Amazon series. It'll talk about Peter Jackson adaptations. Maybe some other Lord of the Rings things. You know what I mean? All that kind of good stuff. If you want to add stories, please leave a comment. What kind of things would you like me to do? What kind of things? I was thinking one, like I mentioned, the orcs one, right? But like some people have already done really good ones on that on YouTube that are fantastic, and I wouldn't try to compete with them, right? Because, and again, I encourage you to check out all their channels as well and subscribe, because they are all fantastic. But I would still like to go over some lore things, because the best thing about Tolkien's universe is conversation, right? Having fun talking about things, debating things. We may not even agree on everything, but that's the best part, as long as we're having fun and enjoying it, right? It's like, you know, oh, well, I think he meant this. Well, these people think he meant that. It's like, well, that's half the fun, right? Or maybe we all agree on the same thing, and it's very clear, right? And there's no disagreement, right? So anyway, I think it'll be a really fun playlist. I hope that you guys will join me. It'll be a blast. Again, I am your hosting guide, Zolan Ironshield, and in this case, we'll have a LOTRO LoreMaster as our new playlist. Staying true to our theme of LOTRO and a LoreMaster from the class of LOTRO, right? Who's all about lore and his books, which, as you can see again behind me, I have many, many books, and I do love books. And about 150 of these books are Lord of the Rings stuff. So, lots of books and lots of Lord of the Rings, even right here. Yep. So, I will see you in the next time. I won't keep on going, and we will continue. You like my Treebeard shirt? It's a very nice Treebeard shirt. I very like this a lot. Anyway, moving on. So, this is an introduction to a LOTRO LoreMaster. Come on over, join us. It's going to be really exciting. We'll talk about lots of subjects. This playlist is going to be open for me to do anything with lore or any kind of discussion thing with Tolkien stuff. It's not just going to focus on LOTRO. It's going to be any kind of Tolkien lore. So leave comments on things you'd like, ideas you have. I am happy. I always listen. I will check them out as much as I can follow all of them. And now's a good time while we're still small and still growing, because I will look at your comments for sure. I will always try to look at everyone's comments, by the way, no matter when you watch this video. And subscribe button's right here. The next episode for this first lore video will be right over there. And then our main playlist of LOTRO Tale, where I do voiceovers in Lord of the Rings Online, will be right there. So check them out, and I'll see you next time in an episode of Voice of the Rings. And I'm your hosting guide, Zolan Ironshield. And I will see you in Middle-earth again. See you soon, friends.